Hey, I'm running out of sunlight. We're gonna have a slow signal. I'm down in the hole. That means Dragon's Lair. And we're down here just at dusk. And you can see Rocky's down in the new part of the water. You can see down there. I'll try to be careful. Over there, it's already filled up. This is all the new part. Soon be able to take a kayak through the canyon here, a little baby canyon, and go from there. You still with me, everybody? I don't know that anybody's actually there, but if you get to see me, all through here. I do have the sun behind me. Look at that. Now out there, that's 8 foot deep, and that's Dragon's Lair. Now, all up on that hill that you see over there, and over there, and over there, we could put tiny little houses. Yeah. And those tiny little houses, why? They could actually be for young ladies that are maybe having to go through a period of getting away from their families and everything, so they can have a stress-free pregnancy. Possibly relatively drug-free compared to what they're normally used to, so they can raise a healthy baby in the womb once they've chosen to hopefully do that, now that that is going to be a choice for many more women. I don't want to be judgmental. What I want to do is make a judgment call. We need to have little communities where these kids who are effectively orphans or who will be needing parents, possibly if the mother's going to stay around, she'll need help. She's going to need to learn how to go ahead and to raise a baby. And the elders are better at doing that, and the younger people can work and learn skills and learn how to get a house, build a house, and maybe have a portable house they can take with them when they go someplace else. But in the meantime, you've got great spots, like look up here on this ridge. I can put houses all the way along that ridge with little balconies. And I can go around over here and tuck them in, and I can go over here. There's other places to put them at that are going to be safe but limited. We don't want them wandering all around this, so we have other areas where we can do things on the property and expand it as it's needed. But the idea is not to do it all here, but to show it can be done. And it can be done with salvage. And it can be done with all the stuff that's left over from the last life when our country was thriving and industrial revolution stuff and all this stuff that's now no good. Because really, in a lot of those places like Buffalo, New York and stuff, they're tearing down more than they're putting up. They're tearing down the old stuff if they are putting up new stuff. So this is happening all over our country. I'm losing my light. That's that noise in the background. That's not me huffing and puffing. But as I enter my late 60s, 66 going into 67 now, I want to go ahead and say something. We got a lot of kids out there. I don't have any. But those kids are going to need some help. It seems that we're neglecting to pass along some very good things about our past that we need to know. And right now we have a library greater than Alexandria, greater than Constantinople, at your fingertips. The greatest universities in the United States that you can take courses for free. If you go online and you're part of a group here, we might have lynda.com or one of the other many .coms that'll teach you what you need to know just getting online in our classroom, where we can teach kids, not on the phone all the time, but how to use the internet to get information, gain it, and then use their brains to store it in instead of an iPhone. I know. I had the first cyber cafe. Nowadays that seems strange, that a brain is a lower priority than a cell phone memory, but I digress. So my point is, before I lose my light, you can still see some of this cool stuff. I dug this out about a year ago along with time goes so fast. 2019, 2020. This is 2022. Before COVID. Oops. I hope that doesn't stop people from watching. Way before that, I was planning. About 45 years before that. And the book of Wibblery and Wub was sort of a fantasy story, a satire about what would happen if somebody offered up people answers in a time when they needed them. Not give them fish, but teach them how to fish. Not rent them houses at outrageous prices, but give them the space and teach them how to build houses. Tiny houses. For free. Human energy. Imagination. And grow stuff, because, well, right now you still can. And you need to learn how. And the elders need to teach you, because kids, you couldn't grow, I'm telling you what, hardly a sentence out of 6 sets of words put together on the same piece of paper some days. If it was written in cursive, we just wiped out so many people. Cursive is now code to kids under 20. Anyway, sad parts. The story is this. If we teach through homeschooling, through teaching by building so that math and geometry have a meaning, the Pythagorean theory allows you to figure out the surface areas of walls and roofing. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Goodness, I learned that at 15 years old, and I've used that formula more times in my life than I've gotten drunk. I guarantee you. That's an easy one. So, the point is this. Don't kill your brain 10,000 cells at a time by drinking alcohol. Your juvenile brain, which actually has to make those cells last to your 49 when you get to actually start making mature neurons that'll actually be better, stronger, faster in ganglia. But you got to get there first and not trash your vessel on the way. And I say that, I'm a skinny old guy, man. But I want to tell you something. You want to be thin, you want to be agile, you want to be fast, you want to be limber. You want to be able to drop down and do the splits. You want to be able to do these things at 66 so you can go ahead and do them when you're 76 and 78. And as my long distance never met a mentors at 118, 115 doing their Qigong demonstration in 2012 at the national conventions, you can watch on YouTube. Don't have to take my word for it. Please don't take my word for it. Always go check out your sources that are given to you. And you can look online. I got 2 million words written and most people can't read it. I just realized and learned all these things that I didn't know about. How sad our ability is to communicate and why a long time ago they cut off people's hands if they knew how to write. And if they knew how to read, they'd take their tongues out. And that would take care of the ability to carry on the heritage and the history and the ability to resist. Because you don't know you're resisting what you don't hear about. What am I resisting for? There ain't nothing back behind me. There's no history. What statues? What symbols? So if you let the crazy people go tear down all the symbols of all the things that were done, good and bad, so we don't remember, we'll repeat the same mistakes. You think I'm the first person to come up with this? I'm not. I'm just using quotes that are basically classics, including time is of the essence. And please, if you don't know, by essence, it is the essence that we create the future with for God. We are the hands of God, and He works in strange ways. And please, if anybody doubts that, I am probably one of the strangest ways. You will see the workings of each of us. Filaments in a giant group of lights, all about to shine in the fourth turning. It ain't the same as when you're in your kid zone. It's not the same as in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, I assure you. But after 49, you wired the frontal lobes of the brain, you get a little smarter, you see a bigger picture, and that's why they kill off all the elders and the teachers whenever they have cultural revolutions, right, Mr. Kissinger? He's looking forward to what he calls the classic China repeated. Kissinger, Soros, keep in mind, these guys can live to 90 and wreak that much havoc. And we have global tribunals and clear out them and the trash and the offspring that basically going to continue thinking that way. And then we have maybe my generation, the good ones, would be the white lights and the bright white hats and the people that try to go ahead and make something out of this so that the children coming in right now, the last of the fertile girls having babies, will have those generations of future leaders brought up correctly. Not greedy, not power-hungry megalomaniacs, not sociopaths. We stop the lying and make truth and honor once again what it was once a long, long time ago. For those of you who don't know. Most of us don't know the past. Why? Because it's taken away every time. It's erased. His story is a real thing. I'm a literature guy. I read literature. Why? Because in the days of King James, if you didn't write what he wanted, and I have many books that said, thank you, King James, for letting me write this book and getting it published on a Gutenberg press. Because if you didn't do that, and you didn't publish on his approval, you got your hands cut off. If you lived through it and keep you from speaking anymore, they cut your head off and put them in your hands, which they put there in front of your family and everybody in your village, and took a Gutenberg press and suggested that you don't come up with another Bible, and if you belong to the sect that he was in, and you do come up with a version of the Bible that doesn't fit with King James or his son King James, then you might just go ahead and plan on them coming back. And they did. So please, The times are changing. Who knows? People might get radical and fundamentalist, and next thing you know, they start fighting over stupid crap because some demagogue at the top is telling them a bunch of lies and they don't know the facts. And they haven't got a memory because they have been using their phone, and their phone's got shut down. So they're not using their brains, and they're using their emotions en masse. And there's a great saying, never underestimate the power of the ignorant masses. Yeah, as Dalio says, it's when the poor decide to eat the rich. That's Ray Dalio. I mean, what do I know? That's a guy that makes $5 million a minute. I'm just an old, look at that, guy that doesn't wear a shirt except to go public, rarely when I leave, from Salvage, Texas. To look good, see the crazies. But the point is this, if you keep your feet on the ground, through leather, barefoot, pick up the negative ions, breathe them in, take the positive ions out of the air, know you are a filament. And if you're not grounded, you're going to build up a bunch of really bad stuff. That stuff is inflammation. Yeah, it's going to get you. It's going to cause you to be sick. It's going to cause you to have all sorts of pain, arthritis, like I used to have. Broken back for 55 years of scoliosis. Trust me, I know what pain is. I also know what it is not. It is not in my body. It is not even a thought most of the time. And if you didn't follow along when I burnt my leg recently, we took 14 inches of my skin off, almost down to the meat, just so we could prove, not really, how fast you can heal at 67 with no infection or anything and actually have no scar. Wait a second, can you see? Whoa, look at that. Oh, there's a little bit of a scar. How that? Oh. Can I? There you go. Okay. Maybe. Anyway. Alright, it does work. That's using the right frequency generator out of Canada that generates a frequency that helps you heal and not get sick and not get infections. And it works with a green light therapy, which you can see online. And then if you want to get really healthy, there's so many more things you can do. Please, think about them. And also, if you thought about maybe doing it right the next time with children, good time to think about it. Got a little time to plan. How about some parts, pieces, and put them on your land? If you're grandparents, help nurture a new generation of kids without making the mistakes we made in the last 2 generations, 3 generations. It's our responsibility as elders in our 4th turning. If you have it right now, guys, if you still have it, you know, like muscles and all that stuff, and you can still get ready and go out there and do things, not just walk around and be pulled around with a leash like some guys on statins at my age. Please, be the heroes. Be the whistleblowers. Be the people who get out there and organize the kids that can't figure out how you open bags and wrap sandwiches and put them in them and call them brown bag lunches and stuff like that. It's just too much stress. It's just too much coping with all that stuff. And I'm keep track of that bag. And oh my God, where's my phone? Oh my God, I got my food. I got everything, but not my phone. Oh my God. Anyway, you know this is a joke. Much of it is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish. Thank you so very much. I know a few people got on here, but no vision. Nothing. As far as this is concerned, I'm not even live. Couldn't tell. But hopefully they copied it so I can download it and maybe publish it someplace else later. FB's been really strange lately. I don't think they like me anymore. That could be a good thing. Y'all see you later. Bye.